Tony Urey Jr. I'm one of the owners and founders of PRI Race Cars here in Mooresville, North Carolina. PRI Race Cars, we build super late model chassis, NASCAR modified touring chassis, and we build the new SRX Racing Series chassis. We build those cars from the ground up. We can get it anywhere from rollers to turnkey race cars. We have 16 employees here. Most of the guys are former Cup NASCAR guys. We do have some young guys that are just very talented that are here working for us. So we have a lot of success here at PRI Race Cars, and you know, our quality means a lot to us. The grassroots racing is very important, you know, to the feeder series of the national series. You know, short track racing is for the hobbyists. It's for the guy that works Monday through Friday that is trying to go racing at night on weekends. You know, it's very big in southeast part of the United States. Northeast is modifieds, the Wisconsin, Indiana area, and quite a few races out at Madera, out in California. So there's racing anywhere in the country with super late models and modifieds across the country, and that's what builds your fan base, you know, for these national series. It's like, it's that little guy's dream to get to the national series, so that's what it is, basically a feeder series. When I was younger, I was 14 or 15 years old, and my grandfather was Robert G., and he owned the Levi Garrett push car. And you know, just the first time I'd ever been around a car, it was like just real intriguing to see something built like that. And he built so much by hand, and it was like, I've always had a fascination to just make something go fast. You know, whether it's an RC car or whether it's simulation, whatever. It's just, anytime that you can hands-on, you can build a quality product. I mean, these are like little hot rod stuff. You know, we got a lot of passion in them. We want every one of them to go out the door to be better than the last one. Incredibly, like through this whole COVID-19, it's been like the sales haven't slowed down for us. Like it's constantly like, you know, and so it's been really surprising. Like part sales, just because they're not having as many races. But as far as people getting prepared, buying cars, and having time to work on them, you know, because maybe they're not working as much as they were, like the people are still buying race cars. So I think when it all comes down next year, when the tracks start opening up and things kind of get back to normal, I mean, I don't think the COVID will ever be gone. I just think it's going to be something like the flu that you're going to have to deal with all the time. But you just got to be a little bit safer nowadays. So eventually when everything gets back, I think racing will be better than it ever was. I think in 10 years, like I think you're going to see a lot more spec classes. You'll see a lot more, like a little bit tighter spec motor combinations, stuff like that. I don't think the late models. I do think you'll see more electric vehicle racing around. You know, I think the electric deal it's a pretty cool deal. I mean, not a lot of people know a lot about it, you know, but we've all messed with an electric RC car and stuff like that. So it's cool. I mean, the acceleration is incredible that you get in these electric cars. It's just like, but one of the biggest things I think that people are missing is like, when you hear a V8 crank up and you hear the noise and you hear the vibration, I mean, that's the biggest deal with a top fuel dragster. When that car goes down the track and your whole heart and your body is vibrating, I mean, that's part of the sensation of watching motorsports. I mean, when you're watching Daytona 500, there's 40 cars that come by and there's a rumble and you hear it coming from a half a mile away. That's what motorsports are all about, is seeing something like that. One race car for the rest of my life. I'd probably take the very first car that I ever worked on was the Goodwrench #3 car. I built it in '91. It's sitting in the middle of DEI right now. But it was, we won 5 Goodies 300s with it. and probably if I had to have one car in my collection, that'd be the one I'd want. PRI is just, you get to see so much innovative technology people put on display of like, hey, what has a guy been working on all year to present at this time of the year? You get to see some of the coolest race cars around the country. You get to see what your competitors are working on. You know, how are they stepping up their game? Did you cause that? Or, you know, do you need to step up yours? And then on top of it, I mean, when you go in there and you see, you know nothing about twin turbos and stuff like that, but you can walk up and see a motor that's just ungodly sitting there with 2 twin turbos and on it, stuff like that. You see what the potential of the world is. You know, I think there's just so many vendors that you can contact and new vendors coming in. It's a good place for them to bring their product and display it to get the word out. Say, hey, we have this new ride height tool. Hey, we got this new laser system over here. So I think this, you know, I go to PRI to find out what the new technology is. I am Tony Urey Jr. I am PRI.